Madame Nika Kovac. You have the floor for 5 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you so much. As a girl, you often hear that you are not enough, that you need to be quieter, that you don't need to expect so much, that you need to look differently. But what is even more devastating is that in some countries, national laws and practices around abortion are giving you a really devastating message. Message that your life is worthless. Message that they can sacrifice you. This is not happening somewhere far away. This is happening in the European Union. I will speak about one example here. Somewhere here in the audience is Mirela, a very brave woman from Croatia. She wanted to have a baby, and she was several months pregnant when she realized that her fetus is having a tumor. Her life was put in danger. And to be safe and to survive, she needed an abortion. She couldn't get an abortion in her home country, Croatia. Not because abortion would be forbidden there, but because doctors did not want to perform it. Mirela needed to cross the border to get the basic health care. She needed to come to Slovenia, and she got a procedure there which saved her life. This is not the only case. I could speak about Polish women, Dorota, for example, who were killed in Polish hospitals, and they would survive in any other country in the European Union. These are not individual cases. These are symptoms of a system which is telling women that their lives does not come first. As a girl, you often hear that you are not enough. But soon you realize that if you bring your friends together, you can create a movement. After Roe versus Wade was overturned in the US, we decided to do something to protect reproductive rights in the European Union. We knew that things are clear. Firstly, European Union cannot intervene in national laws. Secondly, European Union needs to protect its own citizens where the national legalizations put them in danger. Because of this, we formed a very simple idea. European Union needs to create a financial mechanism which will allow women from the places where they cannot get safe abortion to travel to places where abortion is safe and accessible and do it there. Around this idea, we created a movement. Thousands of people from diverse backgrounds were collecting signatures on the street. We got 1,200,000 signatures, and we know that we have something strong. But what is standing against us? A very small minority, which is very, very loud. They are smart, and they know the facts. They know that banning abortions does not mean less abortions. It just means unsafe abortions. They also know that reproductive health is basically meaning decline of abortions. And what they also know is that in the European Union, the majority of people is supporting reproductive justice. And now, because of this, I am asking you, members of European Parliament and people who are in positions of power, that you show unity, that you take responsibility and that you take action. With your actions, you can make sure that in Europe, not a single woman will be afraid because they could not get access to the doctor. You can make sure that not a single life will be endangered because lack of access to medical help. As a girl, they often tell you that you are not enough. But then you realize that if you bring people together from different communities, you can create a movement which can together change the world. And in our case, it can change it in a way that it established a Europe where every single person will live life full of dignity. Not only in theory, but also in practice. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I will try to respond to everything and be as short as possible. So firstly, I want to say that when we started with this initiative, so many people said to us, don't do this. You will be attacked. Things will be terrible. You will come to institutions. People will not listen to you. So many people tried and then they failed. It doesn't make sense. And at the beginning, we almost believed them because when we looked around, we actually saw that there are countries where systems are failing women again and again. And yes, it is true, 20 million of women do not have access to safe abortion in Europe. Some of them because laws are banning abortion and the others because doctors do not want to perform the abortions, but the facts are clear. But then we also knew that tragedies are happening all the time and that they will still happen if we don't do anything. We knew that we can fail, but we knew that it is better to try to do something unless you will have at least a feeling that you were trying. And then we started doing it. We got a confirmation from the European Commission that we can start collecting the signatures. We got the confirmation that our initiative is not interfering in the member states. We got the confirmation that opt-in mechanism that we are proposing is ready for collection of the signatures. And people showed up in the most beautiful numbers. The most diverse people came to collect the signatures. They were collecting signatures in rain. They were collecting signatures in sun. They were bringing happiness and they were bringing joy when they were fighting for a better society. Other people were translating the posts, others were coordinating different events, and the third one were doing different stuff to help us. Some of the people were donating. Sadly, no one donated us 100 million euros. If anyone wants, we will be super happy to get them. And then we collected the million signatures. And after we collected the million signatures, 1,200,000 to be precise, we got the chance to enter the institutions. And we got the chance to enter the institutions in the moments when trust in institutions is in decline and when hope is everywhere attacked. And we also were super cynical about this. We were thinking that no one will listen to us and that the things will be terrible. But then something beautiful happened. We met so many of you from different parliamentary groups, from EPP to Renew to Social Democrats, Left and the Greens. And in every single parliamentary group, we met people who are trying to do good. We met people who care, and we met people who want to have the effect on the European Union. And in your offices, while we were having meetings, no matter from which parliamentary group you were, you all gave us an important lesson. In the times that people want us to be divided, there is something which is more important. This something is that we have more in common than we think. And this is why today, when I am speaking about my voice, my choice, I'm not only speaking about safe and accessible abortion. I'm not only speaking about saving women's life. I'm also speaking about something beautiful which was created on this way. I am speaking about dignity. I'm speaking about respect. I'm speaking about empathy, and I'm speaking about community. I'm speaking about all of you members of European Parliament who came together and basically show millions of people who are watching you that you listen when people say something, that you are here not to be far away from us, but you are here to listen. And because of this, I believe that it's not only significant that we are fighting for reproductive justice, but we are also fighting for bringing back the trust to the institutions and common work. I said before that as a girl you cannot do a lot, but if you create a movement, you can move mountains. And one thing that we realized in the My Voice, My Choice community in last months that we were here on these halls was that we cannot be without each other. We cannot change the laws on the street, and you cannot exist without us. But when we come together, no matter from which parliamentary group, no matter from what ideology, for a common cause, we can change something. And the change that we are fighting for is a Europe where not a single life will be endangered because women will not get health care. We are fighting for a Europe where reproductive justice is respected. And we are fighting for Europe where not a single woman will feel anxiety because she will not be able to go to the doctor. Now that we are finishing with this hearing, I am asking you for one final thing. I'm asking you to imagine how we will feel if in 2 months we will realize that together we changed something, that together we changed Europe in a way that it is protecting every single life, no matter where a woman is born. And let's do this together. Thank you so much for everything you did for us.